personal. Listen.
Vladimir Putin, I believe, to be the richest man in the world. I believe he's worth $200 billion. That money is held all over the world in banks in America and all over. The purpose of Putin's regime has been to commit terrible crimes in order to get that money, and he doesn't want to lose that money by having it frozen. So he personally is at risk of the Magnitsky Act. It's a very personal, venal issue. And as a result, the only way he could get people to do such terrible things is to say, if you do these terrible things, there will be no consequence. You will enjoy absolute impunity. And as a result of the absolute impunity.
With me now, Mikhail, a man who has literally gone to. Mr. President, it's great to see you again.
That Russia also said that.
Exactly. You and Bill, unfortunately, are very between. He said connection to between Donald Trump Jr. and Veselnitskaya. That happened. Do you think that meeting was a Russian intelligence operation?
Well, Russians are operating in all different. Overall, I just take by the word that nothing serious was done in that meeting. I don't think serious business would be done in such a short meeting overall. But of course, Russia has been trying very hard. They've been meddling into elections. They've started to meddle into elections in my own country, Georgia. Of course, they've been meddling all around the world. And I would be very surprised if they had not been trying to do the same in the U.S.
Well, the Congress is about to send a new sanctions bill for meddling in the election to President Trump. Yeah. Do you think he should sign the sanctions bill? Do you think Russia deserves more sanctions?
Look, if you look at the overall picture, what President Trump said he wants, basically, is something that Russia doesn't very much like. Russia doesn't like strong U.S. military, that's for sure. And President Trump's proclaimed course is to support the military. Russia doesn't like U.S. energy, stronger U.S. energy policy. It's absolutely against every Russian instinct. And U.S. is bringing its gas to Europe. So, in a way, on fundamental issues, President Trump has made Russia nervous, and also at the latest G20. I mean, I thought he looked pretty dominant. So I would be surprised if he wouldn't sign that bill. I think he would sign that.
You say on fundamental issues that Donald Trump makes Russia nervous. So you, of course, you were an enemy of Putin's. There's no question about that. You were also very friendly with President Trump. It strikes me, and it strikes a lot of people, that President Trump has no problem criticizing folks that he thinks are out of step, that disagree with him, even folks in his own cabinet. I mean, where he stands with Jeff Sessions right now is in stark contrast. And in stark contrast to that, he doesn't seem to criticize Vladimir Putin. Why is that?
Well, one thing right now, in Russia, President Trump is not liked too much. Russians are against him. Russian state propaganda is making a big campaign now against Trump. This is not the Trump they hoped they would get in the White House. From the beginning, I was saying from the outset that that would be the case, because I think there is any U.S. president that would have his independent, independent-minded policy would annoy them. He, for instance, like he said. We are, in Ukraine, deserves all the credit of this heroic resistance. On the other hand, President.
And without, are you looking?
I'm for help from. I happen to be U.S. citizens. This is a family that had been living, and so. Same problems why for this corrupt regime. It's a very unique situation where it's considerable lie, and he was also committed to. Reforms are very important to make. The problem is that Ukrainian leadership took the path that's corruption, basically taking away people's resources, cracking down on democracy, and from that standpoint, of course. I have became one of his main opponents, and by stripping me absolutely legally of my nationality, in violation of the of the Ukrainian constitution, in violation of the international law, he basically is trying to get rid of one of his main opponents. But I'm heartened by huge outcry in Ukraine, by support of civil society, other opposition groups. My own party, which is very rapidly growing in Ukraine, is standing very firm, and we believe that Ukrainian nation will win this war. They will contain Russia. They will take steady pro-Western course, they will become even stronger allies of the United States. But on the other hand, to do that, they need to get rid of also some kind of also old pro-Soviet style oligarchs, or murky deals, dirty games inside the country and outside the country. That's for sure.
Well, we've been following tracking where your citizenship lands very closely, Mr.
Well,
President.
that's a unique situation. Thank you for reminding me.
Thank you. I very much appreciate it. We need to take you now quickly to Capitol.